5 things I don't understand at all about God. Here's number 4. Given that God is the same across time, how do I wrap my head around a God who loves us passionately as individuals, but in the Old Testament would wipe out whole people groups? This, of course, referring to Deuteronomy chapter 9, verses 1 through 3, where we read the following. Hear, O Israel, you're to cross over the Jordan today, to go in to dispossess nations greater and mightier than yourselves, cities great and fortified up to heaven, a people great and tall, the sons of giants, whom you know and of whom you have heard it said, who can stand before the sons of Anak? Know therefore today that he who goes over before you as a consuming fire is the Lord your God. He will destroy them and subdue them before you. So you shall drive them out and make them perish quickly, as the Lord has promised you. It doesn't sound very nice. We are talking here about the G word, genocide. Would God commit genocide? And many people have rightly said, any God who commits genocide is not a God I want to follow. Well, let's get the facts right. How many cities did Joshua actually destroy? 31. What was the actual population of those cities? It was estimated to be 70,000. You ought to gulp at that. 70,000 people is still 70,000 people. What was the total population of the Canaanites in Israel at that time? It was estimated to be 3 million. 70,000 out of 3 million is what percent? 3.5%. What does decimate mean? To decimate means to kill 10% of the population. So this massacre was nowhere near the level of a decimation, nor was it near the level of a genocide. But, you say, I still don't feel very good about it. In Genesis 1, we read the following. God created man in his own image. In his image, he created them. Male and female, he created them. I told you at the top of the week that the word for image is tselem in the Hebrew, which literally means picture. To this day, if you say camera in Hebrew, the word is matzlema. Did you hear it there? Tselem, matzlema. It's like God took a selfie and you are the result. You are made in his image and likeness. This means that every human being has inestimable dignity, value, and worth. That means we should rightly be upset at 70,000, but we should be careful not to say that he wiped out a whole people group, because he did not do that. We also can take great encouragement from 2 Peter 3:9, where we read that it's God's will that none should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Now, if you're someone who loves limited atonement, that verse has always been a verse that makes you nervous. Me personally, it makes me very, very happy, because if it's God's will that none should perish, I figure God is the one who's going to work out his will according to his purposes. And finally, we need to remember that God is playing the long game here. Remember the sequence in The Last Battle by C.S. Lewis, when we're in the New Narnia and they wander into a grove where they see a Calormene, an enemy of Narnia, sitting at the base of a tree, just shocked and amazed that Aslan had welcomed him home, shocked and amazed that there was room for him. I like to think that we're going to be shocked, amazed, and thrilled at how God has turned even death into something beautiful in the new heavens and the new earth.